10 most famous lighthouses in the world. Set at the doorway to beautiful bays and herbal harbors, lighthouses have prevented ships from strolling aground for masses of years. Sadly, however, many of them have come to be redundant and been changed by using extra powerful onboard navigational structures. The ones that remain are, for the most element, automated, and boast extra powerful lighting fixtures and lenses than the beacons used in the beyond. As they have been designed to be seen, lighthouses frequently make for terribly specific landmarks. Their shapes and colors stand out against the surrounding landscapes. Consequently, they make for a few awesome image possibilities and are usually set in staggering spots along rugged coastlines or overlooking wild seas. 10. Lighthouses Lighthouse. Romantically referred to as the lighthouse on the end of the world, Lighthouses is positioned in a wide-ranging spot in Tierra del Fuego, right on the southern tip of Argentina. Lying on a small rocky island within the center of the Beagle Channel, its crimson and white tower stands out delightfully against the majestic mountains that rise around it. Having guarded the sea entrance to Ushuaia, ever because it was erected in 1920, the lovable lighthouse is now a famous vacationer enchantment. From the close-by metropolis, masses of human beings take boat trips to snap pics of it from up close with the mountains at the back of it. 9. Gal Lighthouse. Located in the historical partitions of Gal Fort, the lighthouse of the same name has included and the encircling waters ever because it became first erected in 1848. While it's miles the oldest lighthouse in the entire of Sri Lanka, the modern-day lighthouse's blindingly bright white partitions only date to 1939, whilst it became rebuilt after a devastating hearth. Nestled away at the United States' south coast, its magnificent place at the doorway to Gal Harbor, with palm bushes all round it, makes it one of the most picturesque and photographed landmarks in Gal. 8. Makapu Point Lighthouse. Home/travel inspiration/10 most famous lighthouses in the world. 10 most famous lighthouses inside the world. Last up to date on February 20, 2023 * by Alex Schultz. Set at the doorway to stunning bays and natural harbors, lighthouses have averted ships from running aground for masses of years. Sadly, but many of them have turned out to be redundant and been changed by extra effective onboard navigational structures. The ones that stay are, for the most component, automatic, and boast greater powerful lighting fixtures and lenses than the beacons used in the beyond. As they have been designed to be visible, lighthouses frequently make for terribly specific landmarks. Their shapes and colorings stand out against the encompassing landscapes. Consequently, they make for a few superb photo possibilities and are typically set in surprising spots alongside rugged coastlines or overlooking wild seas. 7. Lindesnes Lighthouse. Set on the southernmost tip of Norway, Lindesnes is the oldest lighthouse inside the U.S. While the present-day lighthouse with its shiny white partitions and crimson pinnacle was only constructed in 1915, the earliest model of the mild station dates to 1656. Ever considering then, it has demarcated the North Sea from the Baltic Sea and warned sailors about Norway's perilous coastline. As it became commandeered by means of the Germans in World War II, there are actually trenches, tunnels, and a small fort for sight visitors to test out nearby. Set atop rugged rocks with windswept waters earlier than it, Lindesnes Lighthouse is a photographer's dreams. 6. Cape Espichel Lighthouse. Remarkably sufficient, a mile has warned approaching ships about the treacherous waters of Cape Espichel, ever considering the fact that 1430, while monks erected a beacon on the clifftop, it changed into most effective in 1790, but that the first proper lighthouse changed into constructed. This well-known shows a few pleasant and unique structure with its white, 32-meter excessive hexagonal tower being its defining function. Located at the give-up of the Setúbal Peninsula in Portugal, the lighthouse overlooks a number of wild and amazing coastline that when struck worry into sailors' hearts. Due to its dramatic setting and arresting architecture, Cape Espichel Lighthouse is without a doubt one of the maximum stunning lighthouses in the international. 5. Tower of Hercules. Ever in view that the 2nd century AD, the Tower of Hercules has imperiously watched out over Spain's North Atlantic coastline. This remarkably makes it the oldest lighthouse nonetheless in use nowadays. Such is its age that it is believed to were modeled after the Lighthouse of Alexandria, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. First built by the Romans, the lighthouse's 57-meter excessive, robust and square tower changed into repaired and renovated in 1791. In addition to its amazing age and structure, the Tower of Hercules' scenic place on a peninsula in Galicia honestly makes it one of the most beautiful lighthouses in the global. 4. Heceta Head Lighthouse. Set in a prominent and picturesque spot along the Oregon coast, Heceta Head Lighthouse sincerely is an exceptional sight. Overlooking the Pacific Ocean with dramatic searching rocks under, its sparkling white tower is backed with the aid of verdant forests that tumble down the hillside. First lit in 1894, the lighthouse is called after Bruno Heceta, the Spanish explorer who sailed up and down the Pacific Northwest inside the 18th century. Now a chosen country scenic standpoint, Heceta Head Lighthouse is well worth visiting for its commanding perspectives of the Oregon coast and the Pacific Ocean. 3. Chania Lighthouse. Lying at the doorway to Chania in Crete's ancient harbor, this pleasant lighthouse is not most effective one of the oldest in Greece and the Mediterranean, but in the whole international. First constructed with the aid of the Venetians closer to the stop of the 16th century, it becomes subsequently repaired and reimagined by means of the Egyptians, Ottomans, and later on, the Greeks. As such, the lighthouse without a doubt boasts an illustrious and interesting records as is evidenced by its specific layout. That's paying homage to a mosque's minaret. It is its appealing structure and awesome placing with the metropolis within the heritage that makes Chania Lighthouse such a famous appeal. 2. Formentor Lighthouse. One of the maximum famous and photographed landmarks in Majorca, Formentor Lighthouse lies at the northernmost tip of the Balearic Island. Towering some 210 meters above the sea, the lighthouse is perched on pinnacle of a lofty cliff with steep drops below it. Known as Far de Formentor in Spanish, its blinding beacon of light has warned sailors about the harmful Majorcan shoreline ever given that 1863. Due to the terrific natural beauty around it and extremely good views out over the Mediterranean, Far Formentor Lighthouse isn't always to be neglected. 1. Portland Head Light. Looking out over the wild, moist, and windy waters of the Atlantic, Portland Head Light has guided sailors lower back to safety ever due to the fact 1791. The historical lighthouse is ready on a craggy clifftop in Cape Elizabeth, simply to the south of the busy Portland Harbor. Reaching almost 25 meters in peak, its white conical tower stands out delightfully towards the desolate and rugged coastline that lies around it.